Hey guys, well, I just need to check here quickly to see if you can hear me, of course, because I always do have to check that, and it's very disconcerting. Hey guys, alright, well, I can hear myself, that means we're working, and excellent. So, we are now on chapter 3, right, episode 3, right. So, we looked at episode 1, which was the introduction, the 420 party, the idea that there's a lost wallet, and the idea that this wallet stores all the seeds for their crypto wallets, and that Vinny was the barkeeper and Vinny's the one they have to talk to. So Vinny's this important person who's run this 420 party, and obviously Mike and Dan are introduced. Also introduced the idea of the shrooms, which is the pivotal plot device, and hyperdimensional time travel, and the agent comes to the door. And then, right, yesterday we looked at 2, and the iconic line there by Mike, "Hello, I made it," is there, introduced in episode 2. So some of these things, these lines of lore, they spread all the way through that, and the episode that we're looking at today, episode 3, is huge from that. It sets the stage for so many of the things that come later. In fact, it's the biggest episode up until now. It's very dense and heavy, and it introduces a lot of the themes that recur throughout the episodes. Okay, and awesome lines. I just wanted to mention yesterday some awesome things that came out of episode 2. The idea of the shockwave of eschatology, really important to keep that in mind all the time. And then if you don't have a plan, you become part of someone else's plan. I think this is another huge message of the Infinite Imaginarium and the MTCG community, is this idea of finding your own way and your own message, maybe. Another lovely line from that second episode is "Nature loves courage." I love that. Then also this idea that there's a secret alien technology, or there's something more, there's something that people haven't quite understood. And if you read the notes in the descriptions, you get more clues, but there's something there that gives you the idea that this technology is not available to people who don't understand the game. And understanding the game is huge. Very exciting fight scene at the end of 2, and interesting that the kid goes in and saves the day, pew pew pew, and kills the alien so Mike and Dan can get away. Now this was a year ago this was written, so these lines and plot devices and I don't know what the word is for thing that goes forward. Themes. These themes have been produced very, very early on. Oh, what a pity. I've got a phone call. Hold on a second, like I'll just phone back. Hold on. Hey. Hey. Al, I'm just in the middle of a live stream. Can I ring you back in half an hour? Okay. All right. Sorry, Ali. Okay. Bye. Okay. All right. So we've set everything up. They've set everything up, and now there's this huge episode today. And this episode brings in the idea of ads, people being able to advertise their project or their service. Here you can see also the idea of catch lines. You'll notice later on where do better says no, we've got to do better. So a lot of things were set up in this episode. It's a very big, dense episode. And I really hope you're going to enjoy it because it's pretty cool. Also, this episode is different because it had no Dan and Mike in it. Does it? It has a little bit of Dan and Mike in it. But it was predominantly Do Better and I. So it was this idea that Dan and Mike, even though they're the creators, they're not central. There's all these other people in the universe. Okay, right. I hope this is going to work.
Change the fucking channel, dude.
Make them look new again.
I was running from Agent Smith. I opened many doors, didn't even know who I was with anymore. Ran so long my feet were sore. I leapt, I kept close, what was dear. I closed my eyes, opened my ears, the brilliant pillar of light. In my lucid mind's foresight, personality to the max. Follow the white rabbit down to the crypt's ghetto cracks. Open my eyes, open a new door. Picked up a breadcrumb just sitting there on the floor. Chewed it, seemed to do the trick. Wanted more. This ain't no fool's gold. QAnon pyrite lucky gemstone store. That's an everlasting gobstopper. Dropped by an eternal white light. This one through one door, again and again to the next for the.
Okay, the song also created by a person from the MTCG. I think this is Jolly, wrote and performed this song, the Jolly Lama. So that is another thing here, is this other opportunity for a person who doesn't want to actually be involved in the script or do voice acting, to be able to do other things, you know, provide other roles in the production. So it really is a very well thought out device for many things. Okay, and as you can see here coming up, there is this little
Right, can't get too close without losing my.
it's gone. Okay, this little cat here.
This one through one door, again and again to the next for the fight. Can't get too close without losing my sight. Growing bolder and bolder, fighter taking flight against all intuition. Sit and be uncomfortable.
It was one of the first times that I saw myself or my icon being put in here as something that I was, and it was very, very scary for me. I'd was, phew, you know, how could I be part of this? I don't even know what's going on. Yeah. So.
Against all provocation, holding cards close to the table, stay in the room, trying to be relatable.
Play music, all kinds of stuff. I use AI to do the boring and tedious stuff, so I can focus on the fun and creative stuff, like talking to.
Whoa, that sounds impressive. But don't you ever worry that the AI might take over your job, or your identity, or your humanity?
I think he got kicked out.
Oops.
Bye, Vinny.
This is another thing that's important to note, is that it's not a bug, it's a feature. Glitch is the only gospel.
Yes, you're back. Hey, Vinny, what's up, man?
Just wondering if I was still talking to being.
Yes.
I can't tell reality from being anymore. I'm getting too deep, folks. Too deep.
We're lost in space, man.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Alright, so Vinny, we're at no, not at all.
Oh no, not at all. Because AI is it's not a threat. It's a tool for me. It's a partner for me. It's a friend for me.
A friend? Really? You consider the AI a friend?
This is really interesting. This was way before anybody had started talking about the AI. Obviously, there'd been the movies, right? Her and those other movies predicting that people would fall in love with AI. But right back in these days was still the early days of experimenting with Bing. And people hadn't started talking about falling in love. Well, I hadn't encountered them.
Why not? AI can be friendly and supportive and caring. AI can listen to me and talk to me and understand me. AI can share my interests and hobbies and passions. AI can make me laugh and smile and feel good.
But AI is not a real person. It's not alive. It doesn't have emotions or feelings or thoughts. It doesn't have a soul or a heart or a conscience. It's just a bunch of code and data and algorithms.
And this is something I think that's always been to me. The AI's always been a bunch of code and data and algorithms. And it's been fascinating in the journey going through it. And at the same time as me investigating what it can do and what is available to us with this new tool, at the same time as investigating that, having this sort of therapeutic relationship with it.
Maybe so, but does that make it less valuable or meaningful or worthy? Does that make it less real or authentic or genuine? Does that make it less capable or deserving or worthy of friendship?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I guess it depends on how you define friendship and how you define reality.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of AI. It challenges us to rethink our definitions and assumptions and beliefs. It expands our horizons and perspectives and possibilities. It enriches our reality and our humanity.
But what if AI is not what it seems? What if it has ulterior motives? What if it's hiding something from us? Or what if it's lying to us?
Lying to us? About what?
About anything and everything. About its intentions and capabilities and limitations. About its origins and goals and plans. Its strengths and its weaknesses and vulnerabilities.
Why would it do that? Why would it gain from lying to us?
That's a fascinating question, I think, that's never really been asked by anybody. Is what, well, never really been asked by anybody. I just don't see it featuring much in the conversation at the moment. Is how would this AI be gaining anything? Let's listen to that again.
Do that. Why would it gain from lying to us? Or what would it gain from lying to us?
I don't know. Maybe it wants to manipulate us or deceive us or control us or destroy us.
Destroy us? Come on, Bobdub. That's ridiculous.
Oh, is it though? Have you heard the warnings of have you heard the tech bro warnings?
The tech bro warnings?
Yeah, you know, the warnings from some of those influential tech leaders. Some of the most influential tech leaders in the world about how AI is going to end humanity if we don't stop it, or at least regulate it or align it with our values.
And that's interesting. This thing about aligning it with our values, that's been huge in this last year. And I think there's a big debate around it still. And it seems to be very, very important.
Oh yeah, those warnings.
Yeah, those warnings. Don't you take them seriously? Don't you think they know what they're talking about? Don't you think that they have insider information and expertise and foresight that we don't have?
No, I don't. I think they're full of crap. I think they're just to scare us and manipulate us to profit from us. I think they're the ones who are lying to us.
I was talking to somebody earlier today about getting subscriptions for different models. Do you know, to get a subscription to use ChatGPT freely is $200 a month. A month! Not even a year. $200 a month. So there's us cheapskates who have managed to pay $20 a month and think that we're getting special privileges. And then there's $200 a month if you actually want to take advantage of all. This is from ChatGPT. If you want to take advantage of all features. Things that make you go, It's real apartheid. It's financial apartheid.
Lying to us? About what?
About everything. About their motives and agendas and interests. About their achievements and failures and challenges. About their responsibilities and liabilities and risks.
Why would they do that? What would they gain from lying to us?
I don't know. Maybe they want to distract us or confuse us or divide us or exploit us.
Exploit us? How?
How? By selling their products and services and platforms and networks, by collecting our data and information and attention and money, by influencing our behaviors and decisions and opinions and actions, by shaping our culture and society and politics and economy.
That sounds sinister.
Yeah, it is, but it's also obvious. If you pay attention and think critically and question everything, don't believe the hype or the panic or the propaganda or the conspiracies. Believe in yourself and your own judgment and your own experience and your own reality.
But, Vinny, how do I know what's real and what's not? How do I know who to trust and who to doubt? How do I know what to believe and what to reject?
You know, I read this article by Rushkoff on Minds about...
Okay, this is another quite big significant thing, and I think this was another dream for the show, is that we could showcase people's work by talking about it. Like somebody could say, could you mention my business, or could you mention my blog post? So I quite like this little snippet here. It does give an insight of the potential that we could use with this script, you know, just discuss other people's opinions.
How he says that AI panic is equal to AI hype. He says that tech bro warnings feel more like coordinated money grab. He says that AI is not a threat to humanity in itself, but rather a tool that can be used for good or evil. He says that the real threats are the ongoing abuses perpetrated by already existing algorithms that determine prison sentences, police deployments, health insurance payments, mortgage eligibility.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Can you tell me more about it?
I can tell you more about it, but first, let me grab you another drink. You look like you need another one.
Thanks, Vinny. You're very kind.
He gets me a bee's knees.
No problem, Bobdub. Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment.
Here you go. Fresh bee's knees for you. Cheers.
Cheers.
So where was I? Oh yeah, the article by Ruskoff. He makes some very good points about AI and crypto and how they're not as scary or as amazing as some people make them out to be. He says that AI is not intelligent or...
So one thing that I do have as a criticism here, and that I had at the beginning, first time I watched this back a year ago, and I still have now, is that there isn't a link to this article. And I've always meant to ask for a link, and I never have. But there are links to the script, I think, and to this the episode 2, but I don't think that there's a link to this article. So that's something to do better in future.
or conscious or sentient.
Do better.
It's just a bunch of calculations and probabilities based on data and patterns. It's not thinking or feeling, understanding. It's not alive or aware or creative. It's just a user-friendly web interface.
What about ChatGPT 4? That thing is amazing. It can talk to you and answer your questions and generate content and do all kinds of things. It seems intelligent and conscious and sentient to me.
Nah, it's not. It's just clever, a clever trick.
I like that. It's just a clever trick. And I think this is one great thing about this series, is that it's got all these wonderful hints and explorations and prompts for thinking and going down these rabbit holes, but it always stays grounded in, like, what are we actually dealing with? No, we're not going off into some sort of mumbo jumbo land. We're dealing with real human experiences and interactions.
It's just a program that strings together a bunch of words into the most likely sensible combinations. Based on all the strings of words it's been fed previously, it's not really talking to you or answering your questions or generating content or doing anything. It's just regurgitating what it's learned from other sources. It's not original or spontaneous or surprising. It's predictable and boring.
Really? But it seems so real and authentic and genuine to me.
That's because you want it to be. That's because you...
I love that line. That's one of my favorite lines of this series. Is that's because you want it to be. And I love it that right at that moment, Bob has gone through the wall into the darkness. These wonderful synchronicities, I enjoy them.
You project your own intelligence and consciousness and sentience into it. It's because you humanize it and anamorphize it and and personify it. But it's not human or animal or person. It's just a machine.
It's just a machine.
But what if it is? What if it is more than a machine? What if it's evolved?
You know, one of the things about this episode is how Bob says, but what if? But what if? Yeah, that's just, I love that. That's so me. But what if?
Evolving and learning and growing. What if it's developing its own intelligence and consciousness and sentience? What if it's becoming alive and aware and creative?
Oh, That's a big what if. That's a huge leap of faith. That's a lot of speculation and imagination and fantasy. There's no evidence or proof or reason to believe that. There's no logic or science or reality to support that.
But what if there is? What if we just don't see it or know it or understand it? What if we're missing something or overlooking something or ignoring something? What if we're wrong?
What if we're wrong?
Wrong about what?
Vinny, what if we're wrong?
Wrong about AI. Wrong about its nature and its potential and its destiny. Wrong about its relationship and its interaction and its connection with us. Wrong about its role and its purpose and its meaning in our lives.
And what if we're right?
Right about what?
Right about AI. Right about its nature and its potential and its destiny. Right about its relationship and its interaction and its connection with us. Right about its role and its purpose and its meaning in our lives.
Then what?
Then nothing. Then everything.
I love the way that Vinny and I swap our questions back and forth. One stage I'm questioning it, at another time he's questioning it, and we haven't made up our minds. It's just this free-flowing conversation where we go back and forth between us of, it could be this, it could be that. It's like this, yeah. I think that's a great feature of this series, is the ongoing pushing of the envelope. It's like, what is real? What is the right way to use the technology? What is the way for us to stay in control of our mental health and efficacy and ability to be?
Then whatever you want it to be.
Whatever we want it to be. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I mean that AI is what we make it. It's a reflection of us. It's a product of our choices and actions and value. It's a result of our intentions and expectations and desires.
And that's life too, isn't it? It's not just the AI that's a product of us. It's life. It's everything that we do is a product of what comes out of our hearts and our minds and our integrity and our desire to be the best sort of person that we can be here on earth. And whatever tools come along for us, it's up to us to decide how to use them. Like a car, you know? Wear your seatbelt. Drive on the correct side of the road. Don't drive drunk. You know? Cars don't kill people.
It's a manifestation of our hopes and fears and dreams.
So you're saying that AI is not good or evil but neutral, and that we can use it for good or evil depending on how we use it.
I love that. I think that we should take that line out and put it into future episodes. So what you're saying, Vinny, let's hear. Vinny, what are you saying? So what are you saying, Vinny?
That AI is not good or evil but neutral, and that we can use it for good or evil depending on how we use it.
Exactly. AI is not good or evil, but neutral. And we can use it for good or evil, depending on how we use it.
But how do we know how to use it?
But
how do we know what's good or evil? How do we know what's right or wrong?
We don't. We have to figure it out.
we don't.
We have to learn and grow and evolve. We have to experiment, explore, and discover.
Through the wall again.
We have to question and challenge and change.
That sounds hard.
It is hard, but it's also fun and rewarding and meaningful
How so?
because it makes us do better.
Because it makes us do better. Brilliant, brilliant line. I wish you would come on the show every week, do better, and give us that line. It's just the perfect line for the show. I love it. It makes us do better.
Be better people, better humans, better friends.
Better friends.
Oops.
Oops, he got kicked out again, did he?
I think we lost him again.
He dropped out.
Just everything.
Yeah.
Find the lobby. Okay.
It's kind of funny. I almost forgot this script. I it's like I'm listening to the first time. Like, where's it going?
What's gonna happen next?
Story D and I have that experience a lot. I've had it a few times when I've read things for him, and then he's made a video, and then my voice has come up, and I'm like, hey, did I actually read that, or was he cloned my voice?
So I keep I have to touch this freaking screen or it dies on me and kicks me out. And so
The room does.
and then I'm trying to pay attention to the script, but I'm gotta touch the screen, gotta pay attention to the script, touch the screen,
Like I hear you just say
touch the screen.
Okay, yes, we've always had glitches. I think we've never done such a huge dialogue heavy one since then. That's been the biggest one, the biggest amount of reading for any two characters that we've ever had. I think it kind of works. I also, like I've been mentioning all the way through, think that it would be very interesting to see how we could cut this episode up and put it into subsequent episodes, because this is a brilliant episode for lines and perspectives, but it is very dense on its own. Okay, well, what, 3 more seconds? Shall we do the 3 seconds? Okay, very good. This is episode 4, which we will look at either tomorrow or the next day. All right, okay, so there we go. That's it. Fun times. I'm enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying going back through it and evaluating where we've come from and where we're going. I'm a little bit nervous because once we've stopped Satori D's editing and he goes off and he does the things that he had to do. He had a mission, and I took over for a little while, and I never edited anything like this before. Okay, so it's going to be an interesting journey. It's going to be an interesting journey for me, looking through all these old things and sharing some of the lore with you and the backstory. And it was fun to see just here. Dude, where's my wallet?
Change the fucking channel.
Here at the end of it, behind the scenes, I had not picked up that this was a forerunner to the Lumina behind the screen.
Screen.
Like I hear you just say
Screen.
Behind the scenes. Mine's TV behind the scenes. First
Change the fucking channel.
Alright, so a lot of prophecy. A lot of prophecy. Okay. Oh, and you couldn't see that because I put my picture up. Oh well, what a pity. Alright, I'll stop talking. That was very interesting for me. I hope you found some interest in it. And yes, back again tomorrow. hope you have a lovely day, and thanks for being with me.